on just letting people in.
Yeah, let me
Beautiful.
start recording. Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
1 second. Let me admit more people because there are more people joining.
Yeah. I'll keep posting it too.
Yeah, I think we can get started.
Fantastic. Well, welcome everybody to a very important AMA that we're going to be having. Obviously we like to do a combination of recorded videos, live videos. Sometimes with the live stuff, not everything goes according to plan while we're still figuring out everything as far as intercompatibility and getting multiple people up on the screen. YouTube Live isn't exactly the necessarily the ideal platform for all of that, but we're definitely moving in a good direction now with the project and the interesting stuff that everybody wants to know about. The answer is yes. You are going to get some great updates today. Please don't forget, this is the place where you're going to get insight. You're going to get a lot of information on things like, the intricacies of the project, different bits and pieces of what's coming up, announcements. So Meter, our YouTube channel, the Meter Up series, all of that is where all of this takes place. So do not forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to talk about it, to tattoo it on yourself if you have to, or put it up in a smoke signal to your relatives far, far away that you can only contact that way. But no, all joking aside, this is a great opportunity for Xiaohan and me to talk a little bit more about some upcoming exciting things. In case you guys couldn't decipher from some of the actual thumbnails and the graphics that we had, we do have a pancake update for you all. We do have a contest update for everyone as well. And on that note, Xiaohan, if you're ready, actually, maybe we can jump into a couple of those updates, and then as well we can touch on the updates that I know that are going on with Binance right now on the back end when it comes to things like the passport.
Oh, one thing is, Chris, did you put the link on the YouTube like comments so people can know about it?
I will do that right now. So do you want
Yeah.
to, while I do that, do you want to just give a quick little intro to what we'll be kind of going over, or start going over maybe some of the stuff with Pancake, or maybe even the Binance update that we do have?
Sure. I mean, like, at first, don't get confused about like we're not talking about Binance listing type of thing. It's a BSC connection. Oh, there's some noise coming from.
Sean, you might need to move around. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So you probably noticed that right now, like Passport is put into maintenance mode. So for this weekend, we're doing like an upgrade for our Passport, because like one of the feedback we got from the community was fee related, right? So it's the existing Passport only look at the source chain, the chain where you're coming from, where you start from, to decide how much fee to be charged. But it doesn't make sense when we have multi-hop connections, like for example between Meter and BSC. It shouldn't like charge like a high fee for that. So for this weekend, we made an upgrade on the Passport to allow like a very small fee to transfer between like Meter mainnet and BSC. So that's one of the things in the new Passport. And the other thing is that we provided future upgradability. So for example, if we have like a more secure version, a more decentralized version, we can upgrade the bridge without impacting the operations. So that's the main upgrades we're doing during the weekend. That's why you see the maintenance page on the Passport website right now. We are looking to re-enable the Passport like later today, I would say, or like early tomorrow, to get ready for next week, because we will have as Chris mentioned, we're planning to list on Pancake early next week. And we waited a little bit for the Pancake is because we're like having a lot of discussion with them regarding to like what's the best format to incentivize the initial liquidity on Pancake. So right now, based on our discussion, the most likely approach is we will do a Pancake syrup pool. If you know about it, it's something like a joint promotion with the Pancake team. Essentially, we will provide some MTRG tokens for the Pancake users, and Pancake will provide like cake for the MTRG trading pairs as the incentive. And typically the incentive is pretty high, so we can expect a decent APY for the LPs. So the exact format is still TBD. So because the market is changing, there may be like some changes, but we are expecting this to launch early next week. So that's a Pancake update, and we believe with the more incentive for the LPs on the BSC, the liquidity for MTRG should be dramatically improved moving forward. And also one of the issues, for example, for us is we didn't have enough. I mean, like we would like to grow the MTRG users and token holders more broadly. So we believe this joint launch should help like getting more users for MTRG on board. So that's a goal of this Pancake launch as well. And for meter swap, we're thinking we want to like space it a little bit with the Pancake, so people don't get confused on like where they should focus on initially. So we're thinking to launch meter swap liquidity mining like a little bit later in June. So yeah, so that's an update for Pancake and meter swap.
Yep. And just to recap that for everybody, because there's a lot of important stuff in there that I'm sure you don't want to miss. We are going to be launching on Pancake. This is obviously a big deal. It's going to be happening early this next coming up week. We are going to give you a status on, once again, the Binance Bridge is being revamped, and we're giving some updates to make sure that we can be able to decrease fees, because obviously if you're not going to be using blockchains that are going to have exorbitant fees, why would you be paying them? We understand, we get it, we don't want you to either, and we understand where this is going to be going, and in the future we are going to be connected to plenty of blockchains that will have low fees. So we want to start that process now, because it's just going to make things cheaper, easier, faster, and more efficient for everybody. And at the end of the day, who doesn't like easier, cheaper, faster, and more efficient? That's kind of what we're going for here. So yeah, a lot of big news, a lot of exciting things upcoming. Maybe we could touch on a little bit about what's going on still with Ampleforth, because I know that we did release some information in the that they were in kind of the testnet phase of really getting everything rolled out. Obviously, the partnership is already solidified, but maybe you can just touch on a little bit about where that partnership stands and how close we are to get the full mainnet with them.
Yeah, so the plan is like right after we finish the upgrade, they will start testing it on our mainnet. And about I would say like after testing about a week or so, they will be ready to like officially announce it and launch it to their community. So that's a current status. So I would say probably like first or second week of June, I would say.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we have
probably like I would say probably around the second week of June, because I mean the first week will be used for like testing. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, guys, there's a lot of stuff coming up. We told you that end of May and June was going to be pretty big. We weren't lying. There's even more stuff that we can't necessarily be releasing at the moment, but all throughout summer, all throughout towards the end of the year, there's a lot of good stuff coming up. And there's yeah, when we have the availability to start talking about some other stuff, you'll see what I mean. But just know that we're very, very hard at work on the back end to make sure that we have the best opportunities for growth and to provide as much value to the marketplace as possible. Just so you guys do know as well, we're going to make we'll probably make an official announcement once the trial period ends. But we did just hire a full-scale business development team that is going to be conducting and doing the initial outreach and connections with different projects, so that we can actually put ourselves in a position to be connecting and onboarding the best of the best when it comes to the projects that we want to be working with, and bring them access to the Meter Passport system the same way we have done with Ampleforth. So that's all getting ramped up. I did a full training with them this last week. They actually go live on Tuesday, and we should see some pretty good results from that as well. Once everything is finalized and all the training is done and we go through the trial period, we'll make a full announcement about that team as well. Any
I
other?
think there's another question regarding to the
Yeah.
Ampleforth use case, right? So the way Ampleforth uses is actually they have a very advanced use case. They are not just using our bridge to transfer tokens, because you know, like Ampleforth is a rebasing token. So they have a rebase feature that they need to replicate among all the chains. So what they do is they have a master contract on Ethereum, and then use our Meter Passport to broadcast the rebasing information to all the chains. And then with the when they transfer tokens, is actually they just send a command from one chain to another chain instead of like the typical custodian type of approach. So there's no token locked in the multi-sig wallet. We're just helping them to passing information around. So this is like, I would say this is like a primitive version of like a future smart contract interoperability among blockchains. And in the future, you should be able to see like, for example, smart contract to be able to automatically moving asset, moving liquidity around, executing orders across blockchains. So all this becoming possible with a passport type of service.
Beautiful.
And like there's a question regarding to like MTR or MTRG, right? So initially we want people to just focus on MTRG on BSC side. So there will be like initially just the MTRG trading pairs. You probably noticed like we haven't enabled the MTR like a transfer to BSC either. So
Very cool. I love it. Someone was
there's
asking.
a question regarding to whether which will integrate like a Meter Passport integrate to a Meter Wallet. So right now, I mean, we would like to do that. Right now, there's a little bit technical difficulty. Is for example, when you use like a dApp, um, it's using like a MetaMask type of wallet and interacting with like a browser with a like a MetaMask plugin or like an extension plugin. But in Meter Wallet, although we have an integrated browser, but it doesn't have the plugin capability yet. So technically, there is some uh, like low level stuff we have to do in order to enable that. We're definitely looking at different ways to do this, and yeah, but I would say we're working on it, but it's not gonna like be able to launch in the next like months or 2 months or so. It's gonna take some time. And in the meantime, we're also looking at ways to, for example, have all the functionality of Meter Wallet, like staking in a browser and with like a MetaMask type of extension available as well. So that's another like a different approach we're investigating.
Very cool.
Yeah, but like I would say right now the easiest way to use it is probably share the private key between MetaMask and Meter Wallet. You know, like in the Meter Wallet, there is an like option called backup. So you can back up your like a private key into a file, a key store file, and then import it into your MetaMask wallet. So you can use like Meter Wallet and MetaMask in the same time.
All right. So someone's asking a question about other exchanges that we would potentially be targeting.
Yeah.
towards the
So
year.
right now, because right now, if we go from here, it's mainly uh, from for example from Gate, it's mainly gonna be like KuCoin, Huobi, and Binance. We're actively talking with them, but recently, because you probably heard about like the China's like have some like regulations come out recently, so the exchange is a little bit like slow, I would say, in terms of listing because they have to observe they have to observe what the government regulation is going to change. So like most of the exchanges temporarily stopping listing for like a little bit. So yeah, so that's the current situation, but we're actively communicating with them.
Beautiful. Love it. I think Pancake should help quite a bit. I know people have been talking
Yeah,
about
so
wanting
we
to get-
believe like with Pancake and MeterSwap, we should be able to address some of the liquidity issues people are facing. And also the goal is in the future to make the MTRG token to be like work instead of just like people holding it. So you need to like, you can use it to as a shovel, for example, to farm other things in DeFi. So that's the goals we're working on.
Love it. And I think that's going to be a great aspect to providing some functionality for the MTRG token because that brings even more value to what people are going to be getting out of having that token rather than just appreciation, which I mean, nobody is complaining about making money, I'm sure, but it's always nice to give some extra functionality as well on top of it. So
Yeah, definitely. So the goal is to you can make more money with the DeFi farming while you are holding MTRG.
everyone's favorite topic. All right. So we got
Let's see, there's
okay, so someone is asking about the marketing and branding and refresh going. We don't have too many sneak peeks. The biggest thing is, guys, I want you to understand we're not doing a full rebrand. This is more like a redesign. It's more just refocusing the project to make sure that people understand. And I want everybody to understand where this is coming from because I don't want people to think that Meter is fundamentally changing at all. It's not. It's exactly the same thing that it's always been. What we're doing is, and me and Xiaohan can attest to this, me and him sat for a very long time, a very long time, and we discussed. And my job as a marketer and my job as someone that's coming in and really wanting to understand the project is first and foremost, I want to understand what Meter fundamentally stands for. I want to understand what the purpose and the point of Meter really is and the value that it's going to bring and the way that it's going to change the world. And everything that I heard from Xiaohan was, what I really loved about it was that Meter stands for giving people freedom and giving people options and giving people opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have, whether it be coming from traditional financial institutions or areas where there's a lot of constraints and a lot of issues that people run into when it comes to the options that they have, or even inside of the crypto world, which of course is supposed to be built around no barriers and freedom and all these other things. I think we all know, and anybody who's used it for a while, there's a ton of barriers in the crypto world, and there's a ton of walls that get put up. And what I love about Meter is Meter breaks down those walls, and that's going to be an unbelievably powerful piece, especially when it comes to the decentralized financial sphere. And so I don't want people thinking that this is a rebrand and we're changing from Meter. We're not at all. This is just a focus, and this is refocusing on what the core of what Meter really is and the value that it's going to bring to people and the marketplace as a whole.
yeah, people are asking about the state of synthetic assets in the
Very good question.
yeah, that's definitely we're actively working on that right now, and I believe you will see something launching in summer, I would say. and it's gonna be like a major launch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, don't guys, just because we're not actively talking about things as much as we are other things does not mean we're not working on it. I promise you that. So there's just remember everything's about timing, and we have to talk about the things that are coming up the most soon and the most recently. Those are the things that are going to get the most attention, but that does not mean that we forgot about any of the things on the roadmap or any of the things that are going to be very, very important parts to the ecosystem that we are building with Meter.
Yeah, so one of the things we're trying to achieve is for the synthetic assets is trying to make it like multi-chain and also build like broader consensus among the crypto community. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer than uh, like people was originally, I mean, than what we're originally thinking. But right now we got really good tractions, and you will soon see good news in, I believe, in the summer timeframe. Yeah.
Summertime, guys, summertime.
Yeah.
Just mark that on your calendar.
So there's one question about Pancake or Meter. Oh yeah. So what we're thinking is that we will provide some initial liquidity, like to bootstrap the pool, but like majority of the liquidity is definitely going to be coming from the community because it's like a high yield farming essentially opportunity.
So someone is asking if there's going to be a Medium article that's going to go over some of the intricacies of farming. Yes, we will make sure that there'll be ample that there'll be ample resources to be able to walk someone through that process if they've never done it before, which should be pretty straightforward, and we'll make sure we get that published as well. Someone's also asking about the grant program. Shahan, do you want to touch on that? I know we haven't gained too much traction with that yet, as it's fairly new.
Oh yeah, so one thing is I still haven't launched the grant program on Gitcoin yet. So we'll do that like probably next week to get it going because we were just like busy working with Passport and a couple of other initiatives and a little bit behind on this. There's also a question about NFT partnerships. We are talking to like a couple of projects right now, but like yeah, we don't have a definite time and project yet. So you will see them coming, but we're definitely working on this front. So about IDOs on Meter,
Yeah,
that's
that's a good question. I like that question.
something we definitely work on because we are talking to many new projects as well. You probably know, like I'm running like a investment fund, in my past life. So we are kept on talking to new projects as well. And when we see good opportunity and also like high probability projects, we will definitely try to convince them to like some IDO type of thing on Meter. Yeah.
Yes. So look something more to look forward to, guys. Remember, don't look at Meter as an interoperability play. Don't look at it as a scaling play. It's something more than that, and that's a big part about why we are doing a redesign and refocusing the kind of the branding and the marketing of the project is because this is an ecosystem that's being built that's going to give a lot of opportunities in different places, from Meter Swap to getting dApps built out on Meter to the Passport to the scaling to MTR. There's a lot of different options and opportunities that are going to bring a ton of value to the marketplace, and we have some good plans and some good things in the works for everyone.
Yeah. I think there's another question regarding to building DeFi apps directly versus integrating L1 projects on ETH. Yeah, so we're actively talking with other projects and L1 projects, for example. But because they may have their own priorities, things like that. So things may not move as quickly as we wanted. That's why we want to for example, launch a swap, launch some lending borrowing Meter as soon as possible. But we're really open to for other projects to build on Meter as well. So yeah, for example, like the upcoming meter swap is not gonna be like the exclusive swap meter. Like we welcome any projects to build a meter as well for another swap, for example. Should we have our MTRG prepared now? So for example, if you are into LP mining, I would say, yeah, you can start preparing for that because unbounding takes 7 days. Yeah.
Oh, someone did ask. I was reading yesterday actually, and this is a good question. People were asking if they're still going to be receiving staking rewards even in the unbounding period. We have already confirmed that people are receiving those same rewards while they are unbounding. So yes, they are still getting paid out for that.
So one thing is, for example, if you undelegated, like and then unbound, so you will not receive the reward. So what you need to do is during the unbounding 7-day period, if you undelegated, you can delegate to someone else or like what you originally delegate to. So you can still getting rewards during that 7 days.
Ah, yes. Here's a good question too, and this is something that I've been thinking about as well. So I'd love to hear your take on it because we actually haven't even talked about it, Sean. It's such a new, it's a pretty new aspect of what's coming into DeFi. But I got a question the other day about Arbitrum,
Oh,
and Arbitrum's
Arbitrum, yeah.
obviously doing
We
something
we
interesting. So
actually had a call with Arbitron's founder like a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we will like looking into like integrating with them when they launch.
love
So
it.
yeah.
Shahan, I swear we're running these things together, but I get just as excited as everyone else when I hear stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's just great. I love it. All right,
And
great.
about the MTRG token requirement for staking. So yeah, we should have done the voting like long ago. But one of the issue is because right now we're relying on Snapshot to do the vote, and using our existing like system contract, Snapshot can only read the unlocked balance on user's wallet. So we need to add an additional like sort of smart contract for Snapshot to be able to read the locked token that's currently staked. So we will try to push it sometime next week to enable it so people can start voting on this proposal. Yeah, it's definitely like something we would like to get going.
Got it. Someone was asking about the number. So I'm sorry, maybe you just covered that, but the number of MTRG per validator node that we just covered,
Right now it's still 2,000.
2000. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, 2000 is not crazy. I mean, trust me, people were complaining about it when we hit 10 and we hit an all-time high, and people were like, I need $20,000 to open up. I mean, if you were complaining about it at 10, now seems like a pretty great time to get in. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna throw that one out there, guys. But yeah, it's not. We're not gonna stay at $3 for especially with everything coming up. I think and not financial advice, not just giving my opinion, but yeah, if you're looking at opening up a node, technically makes a lot more sense to do it while it's very cheap. Because 2000 is not a crazy price. Now, obviously, let's say meter blows up and gets to 30, 40, $50 a token, then yes, sure, of course, we're going to do some reassessing and we'll have some governance votes and things of that nature. So
clarification for what we play for the AvaX bridge. So for example, we contributed some code to the Ava bridge and still helping them to continuously improving it. And also we're running as a relayer in the Ava bridge. And also for the meter passport, 3 of the Ava bridge relayers will be joining in the meter passport as a relayer. So like theoretically, like in the future, we can like sort of merge with Ava bridge as well, but like subject to like discussions with them. Because they actually want to like have the relayers running the Ava bridge instead of they controlling the bridge. Oh yeah, regarding to the meter swap, yeah, it's because we already have the meter swap out there. At that time, we named it meter swap out of just like convenience because it's easier to remember. On the hindsight, like it's if some other people launching a swap, yeah, there will be a little bit confusion. We will make a decision like when we like launch the liquidity mining, see what's the best approach, whether like to just change to a different name or like yeah, just using swaps, meter swaps, since like people already like familiar with it. But
Yeah, and there was some questions that people had about, because I know on the last episode that we did release last week, we touched on and kind of went over some of the aspects that were coming up, and you did touch on and actually mention the community. I'm sorry, the a new token that potentially is going to be coming out. And people were wondering what role it's really going to play and how they're going to make sure that it's not going to be affecting MTRG, which is a valid concern, of course. I think that's something that's important for us to go over. And we touched on it in Telegram, but I think in this format, it would be nice to talk about as well.
yeah, so the way we're looking at it is it's going to be like different positioning compared to, for example, Uniswap or SushiSwap. Because, for example, those swap, the majority of the volume will, or like the trading pair or liquidity will be focused on the major trading pairs. But for meter swap, initially, at least initially, the focus will be like a meter related trading pairs. For example, MTRG and MTR trading pairs. The swap token is more for like the governance, like for example, deciding like how to run liquidity mining, how to do like trade mining, and also what will be the like trading pairs to incentivize for, and how do we change the program like moving forward, things like that. It's all related to the swap itself. That's why we feel it makes sense to create a like a new coin, and also it will not create like high inflation for MTRG either, because they are like just having two different targets. And also because of the trading pair will be like mainly with, for example, the swap token, the trading pair will be with the MTRG. So it's not like leaking a lot of, I mean, like requiring a lot of external values, I would say. If you look at, for example, Matic and Avalanche, for example, although they have like a high TVL, but a lot of the TVL is actually, I would say most likely half of the TVL is actually from the Matic token, the Avalanche token itself. So it's not gonna like, it's the effect of these kind of project will be like basically having more and more the MTRG token locked in the liquidity pool. So it will be less in circulation, and the more MTRG got locked, the better liquidity there will be for MTRG as well. So that's a goal for like launching the meter swap.
Beautiful. Someone asked a question about events, if we're planning on being at events and in this summer and fall. And of course, as more and more things are happening, and as we're getting more and more integrated with partners and different blockchains and ecosystems, like yes, you're going to see Meter in a lot more places. This is the time, and I'm not going to give too much away, but we do have a pretty established marketing plan with how we're going to be operating, and the step number one, which we're in right now, is to build our foundation. We want to build our foundation the right way. We want to make sure that we have the right partnerships, that we have Passport working, and all these other different aspects of what we know is going to be once again the foundation, to that we're going to then build the house that is Meter on top of. But without that foundation, there's no point in making a big giant marketing push, because without that foundation, the house can crumble very quickly. So for us, it's all about getting that set first, and then from there, that's when we make big marketing pushes.
Yeah, I guess we're like time is up for today, and thank you everyone for like coming and participating. and yeah, keep us giving us feedbacks in Telegrams and all the social
Yes.
medias. Yeah, we're
Yes.
looking forward to it.
We love the feedback, guys. All of it we take into consideration. We read it, we listen to it, we discuss it. It's all very important. Please go to our YouTube, guys. We'll figure out the YouTube live stuff with OBS. Don't worry. We'll get it all figured out.
We'll
But
upload the recording soon.
we're
to
gonna upload
YouTube.
this. Of course, we'll upload this to our YouTube. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Comment on the YouTube. Watch all of the Meter Up series. There's tons of questions that people ask that are answered in previous Meter Up series. They're chocked full of good information. This really gives you insight into the project, and we appreciate you guys spending part of your Sunday with us. Everybody have a blast. If if you're celebrating Memorial Day weekend, have a very safe Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, guys, let's keep growing this thing.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.